Oh dude, Petspoo! So I'm doing my undead and I've seen the balefire catapult, which is quite cool. I do like it. Spud said that the head part there should be bigger. And I agreed with him. I thought, you know what, it doesn't look like it's going to do a lot of damage, that one skull there. So I looked in my bits box and was looking for upgrades. And I found this head. Excuse me. But then by the time I'd finished in my bits box, I'd started to make the chassis to this custom made catapult. And then I'd done the chassis and this part here with the phone card on the bottom holding it all together, and I went to have my tea and I came back and I was like, oh my god, I've made a pram. It's ridiculous. And I was just about to pull it all apart and change it, and I thought, you know what, I'll put the vote out there, I'll put it on Facebook. Does the Pram of Doom stay, or does the Pram of Doom go? And the overwhelming vote was that everybody liked it, so the Pram of Doom even, came into existence. So I did some more work on it today. I added this piece on the back here. I did the chain with a hook that actually looks like it's pulling back this mechanism here, which has the elastic which is holding this back. And then I took out, I was going to put some scrap in it, obviously it's off a scrap launcher. And then I was looking through my bits box and I found some tiny little teddy bears. So now they're stuffing explosives into teddy bears and firing them in barrels which explode and teddy bears fly out for ultimate Pram Doomness. So it's ridiculous. I can't even believe I'm saying it. I'm going to paint it up. I'm going to paint my pram. Proper war machine. Proper siege machine this. It's sort of dwarfed the balefire catapult. So I thought that they should ride in it rather than being next to it. So yeah. Onto the paint. Okay, so undercoated it with some surface primer. It looks pretty cool. So that's just a bit of fun, but usable in the game as well. Also took the weapon off this war machine and made this custom one. Still drying at the moment onto the base. It's basically the bottom jaw of a dragon that the dwarves have slayed, and they've used it to make part of a war machine. I suppose it'd go with abyssal dwarves as well, really. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. So that's where we are so far. Okay, so change of plan. I was looking through the Dwarf section in the Kings of War rulebook and I found this. Steel Behemoth. It's an innovative fighting vehicle propelled by the power of an internal combustion engine fueled by the black blood of the earth, protected by a thick metal armour plating and equipped with flame-throwing guns. They are a real nightmare for the enemies of the dwarves. And there's no model for that. And I thought, yes, I've got that, and I've got that. I haven't got that, but I could have that. So I tweaked it. This isn't finished yet. But essentially what you've got is this is the front, and it's got a movable flamethrower. This will be all brass. And the idea behind this here is, in the stats it says it can do a melee attack as well. So I was just thinking that will protect the barrel of the gun when it's doing melee. And it can fire its flame any other time. Plus it just looks cool. And there's the fuel barrels leading into the big one there. The big chamber, pressurised chamber. It pressurizes the fuel before it goes out. And there's going to be a dwarf. He's currently a corpse, but he won't be. He fits perfectly in there. And I'm just thinking about whether or not to put the dragon scale canopy on. Because it sort of fits, but it looks really strange. So, yeah, a bit of fun. Sort of fits in with the dwarf thing. So we'll see where this goes. Also, I'm going to make the catapult part that I've taken off. I'm going to put it on 2 tusks and make it into a thrower for the undead again. Like obviously that was going to be for the undead, but now that will. So still ongoing. Just changing the plans slightly. Okay, so I scrapped the idea of the scales because it just didn't look right. I tried an option with this and it just wasn't working, so I ended up chopping off and having it topless. Because although it says it's steel behemoth and it's clad in iron, I'm getting some cool detail in here now, especially with the working flamer with the compression chamber and the fuel. And I've even got a little sort of ship's wheel type thing there. Some exhaust suggest it's got an engine somewhere down below. So it's still got that sort of weird baby pram look to it, but it'd be difficult to lose that now. So just going to roll with it. Get it. Catch him in. Okay, so I've finished my steel behemoth. So as you can see, I've got the iron blaster and the iron blaster organ gun now, which is the dragon jaw conversion, and the steel behemoth. There you go. It's taken me all day to finish it off, but I'm really happy with it now. Wow, and I just rebased my giant Georgian Mildred. She can't go in the dwarf army, but she may be able to go in my next army, which I'm not sure it's going to be yet, but we shall see. I still like Georgian Mildred. But I do digress. Back to the dwarves. So she's got a dwarf head in the frying pan there. 2 eggs. So let's take a look at these little chaps. I think I'm pleased with it because it seems like it fits in, which was my main concern. So what I've done is, I like this. This is still movable, the flamethrower. And I haven't done it like as if it was an animal head. I've done it obviously like it's bronze. Let's take a look. And the bronze parts have got a bit of oxidation. And you can see the fuel barrels going into the main large cylinder there. And then compressing it all and just firing it out of the flamethrower. So rusted it up, put some heat effects on the exhausts there at the back, taken those fins off the top, which made it look a bit undeadish. I don't want to take all these skulls off the side because they don't look too bad. And I didn't go for the canopy on top because it was starting to look really cool inside, and I just wanted it to, the detail not to be lost. I didn't like the look of it with the canopy on, so I gave them a little steering wheel and put, at the moment, one of the dwarf casualties is in it. So I might replace him with another one. I'm not sure. He looks okay at the moment. And as I say, the idea behind this sticking up at the front was that when it close assaults, when it melees, this protects the barrel of the flamethrower. Yeah, it's still going to get you, even if it was there. The flames will still come out and get you. That's how I thought about it. But these are dwarves, they don't put too much thought into anything really. But yeah, I'm really pleased with it. I'm pleased with the rust effects and the oxidation. It took me ages to get this to work and pivot around this part here, which is often a GW Necron vehicle. Got it ages ago. So yeah, I mean, I might add a few orc heads or dwarf heads or something, not dwarf heads, abyssal dwarf heads or something, a few trophies hanging around maybe to go with the skulls, I don't know. But really pleased with these so far, really pleased with them. They've been a load of fun to make as well and really rewarding. So next up, I've looked on the 2nd edition rulebook, and there's another weapon what the dwarves have got, which is sort of a larger cannon that can be used indirectly like a mortar. So yeah, I'm going to make that. I'm going to make that bad boy. So that's it for this little conversion corner. Thanks for watching.